In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best way to recruit and create a Pro-Am team in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. If you're new to the channel, my name is Lance Sessions. I'm the assistant coach for Mavs Gaming in the NBA 2K League, which is a professional league for the 2K players. And so with this video, we're going to be actually looking at the steps in order to actually create the Pro-Am team, as well as then transition to try to becoming a competitive Pro-Am team. Because most players, they understand how to actually create, just get a team running, go play Pro-Am themselves. But not a lot of players, I feel like, actually know how to take those steps in order to create the competitive team, get into the leagues and actually try to create a name. And so this is going to be part of a series that I'm going to be kind of doing around like how to make the NBA 2K League. So we're going to be going through each step from, these beginning type phases for, this might not be for some players or some people, but we'll be leading into more advanced things where, creating content around yourself or actually even just breaking down film to get better. But we got to start with the basics. And so for here, as you can see, we're in the rec, but I'm showing you how to actually create the Pro-Am team itself. So first, you're going to go to the menu. You're going to go over to Pro-Am, and it's right here, create a team. Anyone can do it. So we'll create the team. So for myself, I run a team called Off Grid, which is a amateur competitive Pro-Am team. So with Mavs Gaming, that is the professional 2K League team that I'm the assistant coach for. And the off season or spare time, if not in season, I'll run Off Grid. And so just to try to keep coaching and developing players. So that's my own personal brand. Now I would say it's a great idea to come up with your own type of brand. So here's my logo. So I have different colorways. Our main is the purple, but we even have kind of this light blue, and I've uploaded some just YouTube, Facebook, Twitter logos as well to have. So I'll be using my personal logo for this. So with that, you'll complete this first initial step, and this is really all you need to do just to really get rolling. I suggest going in after you create, you'll click edit team. We can even go in and edit the uniforms. I'm not gonna go through that here, but for your home uniforms, you always want them to be light colored. Whether it be white or using one of your lighter colors in your color scheme. Don't ever go dark, or you will have a problem with when you play against teams who might have the same color as you. Away, you always go dark, preferably black, but if you have a darker color in your color scheme, of course, do that. So you'll do all those things in order to set it up. Keep your arena dark. That's always something, but now you have the Pro-Am team, and now we got to get into actually getting the players for your Pro-Am team. So one of the easiest ways you can, I don't 100% suggest doing it, only because a lot of the people who use this way are just looking to play for maybe a day or a few runs. But you can actually go to looking groups, and so you can go right in here. I can click NBA 2K, and these are all people wanting to play rec or something. So you even have looking groups here, and so with looking groups, it's just people looking to run. So need 4 for rec. Of course, it depends on what build you have, but all these people are looking for a specific build that they're wanting to play with, or a type of player. I don't suggest using this one 100%. I just suggest using Twitter or Facebook to recruit for your team rather than using looking groups. These players on there are actually, in my opinion, a little bit more serious and really are actually looking to create a team. So the looking groups, they can just be someone, like I said, who's wanting to just run for that moment. But using Twitter or Facebook, you can actually find players that are seriously wanting to, devote time and effort into this. And so with that, I'll show you kind of some pages that you can utilize on Twitter and Facebook. So let me jump over to that. So like I said, when using Twitter, here's a page that I recommend that you can use to find free agents called @WalkOnWarriors if you're on Twitter. Of course, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and drop a follow right here. It's @Lanstradamus. And so how you want to use Walk On Warriors, you can actually create like a free agent post. So if I was wanting to create one, I could go here. So this is how I would set it up. So again, just to recap this. So I would set it up as, recruiting for Xbox Next Gen, need 1 through 4. If let's say I'm playing center, whatever position, you could list them out. Serious players only looking to play in leagues or all leagues. And then I would even go through, list out point guard, sharp, lock, power forward, center, however your team is set up. And then put either question marks or need, however you want to do it, and then put where you're at. That way they kind of understand. And you could even put, just to really make people comfortable, you could put, popper build, because that's the type of center that I have. And you could even put like what build you want. So if you want like actual PG build, not power forward, because a lot of people are making that power forward point guard. You could really specify it if you're looking. This is now if you really know what you're looking for in players. And so that's the next key part is what I wanted to touch on. After we kind of look at Twitter and Facebook, will be the aspects of what type of players you need to be bringing in. So here's kind of the way to use Twitter. You can use Walk On Warriors, and I'll show you another one. So for another recruiting tool, you can go use this account, NPBA. Now, this is a league, so this is like one of the biggest leagues that is around NBA 2K amateur scene, and so you can add them saying that you're recruiting at NPBA. You can list a bunch of different ones, and most of them will give you a retweet, especially if you're saying that you're trying to run in their league. And so, you can come through, maybe find one. This is another one, as you can see, a lot. Another really popular league is the WR Pro-Am League. This is another amateur league you can see. Again, same thing. They're actually having a tournament registered by January 2nd to be in this one. They have their own little league. You can kind of see here if no one's really familiar with the competitive scene. So again, as you can see, here's a person right here. Need powerful for WR. Pay your own way, because this is you can win money in this league. Starting spot, Xbox X only. Comp team looking to win, DM me ASAP. We use Discord. And they use a lot of these, so you can even come in here. And here's another league. Here's a 2K Scout. Some other big influencers and things around the 2K community. Here's a general manager. So a lot of different people here that they're adding, and they'll get retweets on this that will actually go out to more people. And then they're hopefully getting DM'd and stuff. So this is another way to do it. So every league you're going to play in, you can do that here. And so that's the Twitter way. Now I'll kind of jump over to Facebook and show you, some of the best ways to actually recruit on Facebook. The best way to recruit on Facebook is to join 2K community groups. And so here we have the NBA 2K The Community. So as you can see, this group has 39.4 thousand members, and so what you can do here is this kind of the same aspect. You can either search through the posts that are here, or you can even create a post yourself, kind of like what I showed you on Twitter, and then get DMs from players. Now, the biggest thing that you have to do from here is either create a Discord or to create Twitter chats. So for myself, I use Discord. So like I said, here's my Discord. So whenever I want to recruit players, this is where I really bring them. So we kind of go over a lot of different things in here. And again, the link to this is down in the description below. But we'll go through, different things, and I post a lot of things that are happening around 2K. We'll talk about some builds, and then just in general, people will drop content, we'll talk. And the biggest thing is just to run either, Park Pro-Am, just really start that competitive drive with some of the players that have never actually been a part of, a competitive team in NBA 2K. So we went over how to recruit players, how to set up a Pro-Am team, and I really want to create this because going into the next year in 2021 and into the future seasons of the NBA 2K League, I really want to kind of help players, understand how to reach the competitive scene, because I think there are a lot of great competitive 2K players that play Park or that play Rec every day with, friends or just random people, but don't really understand how to take that next step. And so what I want to do is create a series around that in order to help you see that you can, create a team of serious players and join these leagues and actually compete, create a name for yourself. And then, if your goal is to make the NBA 2K League, hopefully help you, achieve a few more steps to get closer to that. But if not, at the end of the day, you're competing against the best of the best in Pro-Am, if that's something that you are interested in. And so for our next video, it's going to be a super important one because we kind of went over the general idea of recruiting. But now in the next one, I'm going to go more in depth on, what types of players that you need to be bringing in to your organization or your team if you're a team owner. So it's going to be a few things, looking at, first off, of course, builds, the play style that you want to play, because as a team owner, you want to have an identity. Of course, being the team owner doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the best player or the offense or defense has to run through you. As a team owner, you got to understand that. But, just the type of point guard that you end up bringing in, because some of the most important positions on the team are going to be your point guard and center. And so if your point guard's an inside type guy, not really great at, three hunting, vice versa, really good at three hunting, not good at getting inside, you want to kind of create the team around what your point guard can do, because that's going to give you the best chance to actually be successful in the short term and long term even. And also just the type of mindset and headspace that all the players need to be in order to compete competitively in NBA 2K21 Next Gen and beyond. Pretty much with any 2K, it's the same mindset that pros have had for years. And so I'll be sharing, some of those tips with you guys in the next video. I think it's gonna be one of the more important video aspects in the entire series. A lot of these are how-tos when we going in films, general aspects like that. But getting the right group of players around in order to compete in these leagues and actually win and see success is the most vital thing to do, because if you're not winning, you're not going to really create too much of a name. So make sure you stay tuned to that. These are going to be coming out pretty quickly because I want to really help, get a kickstart to a lot of the people who might be getting, the Xbox or PlayStation for Christmas, and they can go into the new year, want to take those next steps in order, if it's to make the 2K League or even just play Pro-Am more competitively. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you check out the description below. It has all my socials and everything. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, drop a comment and all that type of stuff under this video, and I'll be seeing you guys in that video.